Hey, sister friend. I am so excited to talk with you today about one of my favorite topics because it literally has changed my life. And it's probably one of the questions I get the most from moms who are also in business of some sort, whether that's network marketing or some other kind of business. I always get moms who ask me, who know my background, and they say, hey, how do you do it? How do you manage it all? And I have a lot of tips for that. But today I really want to focus on one of the main things of how to find. I don't call it balance. I think balance is it's almost a false thing that we're going for, because in life, especially in motherhood, and things are always going to be happening to tip the scales. And so when we're trying to achieve balance, that's really actually kind of boring. And so what I encourage moms to do is seek harmony, where you're okay that if this goes this way and this goes this way, you are not so thrown off that it has to be this perfect even thing here. So seeking harmony is one of the things, but how do I do that? And so one of my best tips, actually, I was a guest on a podcast with a new friend of mine named Megan. Her entire podcast is around finding harmony as a mom in business, or not even a mom, but female entrepreneurs. And this was something that came up, and I thought it would be great to share with you today so that you can really think about this over the weekend and start practicing it and implementing it in your business and in your life over the next week and over the next month. So I don't believe in balance. I believe in harmony. And with that, I think so much of creating a space that you are really going for the thing, but you're not so overwhelmed. And this thing that we have is mom guilt, because sometimes we have these God-sized dreams that are so big, and oftentimes we do anything to get it. Obviously legal and, nothing crazy like that. But here's my advice to you, is how you create more harmony in your life, in balance, and whatever you want to call it, between your family and motherhood and your business. Number one, you need to make a list. You need to make a list of things you're willing to sacrifice. Are you going to stop watching your favorite TV show at night? Are you going to stop doing some other activity because it actually takes away time that you can put towards your business? Are you going to stop spending money here so that you can invest more in your marketing? Like, there's so many different things that you need to define and decide. What are you willing to sacrifice? Taking that a step further, I really want to encourage you to include the stakeholders in your life to be involved in creating that list. Who are the stakeholders? So for example, your husband, if you are having your head that you're going after this goal and he has no idea, and he's wondering, why are you working literally all your free time, right? All the extra time that you have. So when he has an understanding of why, and he also buys into that thing that you're sacrificing, then also having a goal tied to it, it'll make more sense to him. Same with your kids, right? I tie my kids in now. When I had to really start helping my son understand that the reason mommy's working is because, she's working toward getting us a trip to Costa Rica. And he wanted to go to Costa Rica for the second time in his life. And he's like, yes, that's my favorite place. And so I'm like, well, then you have to know that mommy has to go work right now, and she's going to put in another hour. And so all that to say, make a list of things you're willing to sacrifice and include your stakeholders in your life into that list so that they understand why you're doing what you're doing. Here is the game changer, though. While you're willing to sacrifice X, Y, and Z, you also need to make a list with your stakeholders about the things that are sacred. So what are you not willing to sacrifice? If you got a client opportunity and it was going to, the only time the client could have a call with you, I do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and I have boundaries and a schedule around that. And so if the client could only do nighttime, I wouldn't take the client, because I don't want to have client calls at night, because I want to be with my family. And that's why I've created my own business. And so maybe your child is involved in some sporting activity, and you would have to, this is sacred to you because you want to be there and you want to cheer them on in their little league or whatever it is. And so what is sacred to you? Is there a certain hour or a time frame between the hours of 6 and 9? I don't hold my phone in my hand. I'm giving my time and attention to my family. And so at the end of the day, make a list of things that you are willing to sacrifice, because you will need to make some sacrifices, right? But make a list of things that are sacred to you that you will not sacrifice, that no matter what, these are the most important things to you. And if it takes you a little bit longer to get to the goal, and you stick to the sacred things, it's okay. That will eliminate mom guilt. It will eliminate some marital problems. It will eliminate a lot of stress, as you're really honoring your loved ones the most. And so I would love for you to comment below with an aha moment, or really even share something you are willing to sacrifice. And I would love to know, what is one thing that is sacred to you that you will not bend, you will not sacrifice in order to get to the dream. If you would comment below with that, I would love to hear your thoughts and the things that you are going to stick to for the remainder of this year to really make this your best year yet.